Issues at Transnet seem to be negatively affecting the mining industry due to poor infrastructure and lack of maintenance. This as Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe urges the mining industry to modernize itself again and take advantage of opportunities created by the fourth industrial revolution. The mining indaba is taking place in Cape Town for the next 4 days. So for more on the story, we're joined now by reporter Heidi Jokos. Heidi, we've spoken about what did Minister Mantashe say this morning, and I guess the question now also is around how even the mining industry, as articulated by Anglo-American CEO, is seen as being an industry that gets more than it actually gives.
Most definitely, Faith, and I think there are a number of issues that will be highlighted and addressed at the mining indaba, specifically around infrastructure issues, electricity issues that many mining companies face. But we are going to explore a different kind of theme and topic here at the mining indaba. We are going to speak about how to attract youth and millennials to the mining sector, and to join me on this is Mpumi Zikalala, who's the MD of De Beers Group Managed Operations. Thanks so much for your time, and for me, we really appreciate it.
Only a pleasure, Heidi.
Now, let's just be real. Mining is not exciting. It's not clean. You get down and dirty to try and get all the good stuff out. Are we seeing less and less young people getting involved in the mining sector?
So, Heidi, I've just been in a panel where we were talking about what it is that the mining industry needs to do to attract millennial investors. So, firstly, I do not think that mining is boring. Otherwise, I would not be here. And I've been in the mining industry for close to 20 years now, simply because of the excitement that it brings. I'm in the diamond mining sector. We spoke about what it is that we need to look at from a millennial perspective. One, millennials and Gen Zs currently make up more than 2/3 of the population right now. And we are told by the World Bank that very soon their spending power, and that is millennials now, will surpass that of Gen X's fairly soon. And it doesn't really matter whether that's through investments that they have made, so money that they've made themselves, or through inheritance, but they are critical to the sector. What we said as a panel is that, one, they matter. We need to understand them. We need to understand how they think. We need to understand what excites them, simply because our sector will not grow and will not sustain itself without millennials.
You mentioned all these things, but how do we really get them interested and get them more involved? When you look at the diamonds on your neck, you think, wow, that's amazing. But there's so much hard work that actually goes into that. And as you said, the youth are the future are the future, and if they're not getting involved in such a critical sector, what should we be doing to get them involved?
So, as De Beers, we issue what we call Diamond Insight reports every year. And a couple of years ago, we issued one report that was purely based on millennials. It was covering millennials from a consumer perspective. It started with us saying, how do millennials think? What drives them? And a couple of things are clear. They are purpose-driven. Two, they actually care about things that really, really matter. So people normally think, hey, millennials, social media generation, and frankly, a whole lot of things about them. And people sometimes call them these people that we don't understand. We understood that we actually needed to engage them and listen to them. And what came out was richer, and we didn't expect some of it. Purpose-driven. They wanted to know, how do we mine the diamonds? What is the impact on the environment? They wanted to know about our plans from a carbon neutrality perspective. So our plans around dealing with issues of climate change. They wanted to know about what it is that diamonds do from a social perspective. And we see this when they come through to our mines. They are the first people that actually want to, they don't just ask us, the what I need to do. They say why. They ask lots of whys. And then, more importantly, they ask about the how, simply because they want to make a real difference. And that's what I guess we love about millennials. You can bring a millennial engineer or accountant, etc., but they will actually want to get involved in something that's far much bigger and far much greater than their actual job itself, and do things that will impact the broader society. So the industry loves them, we want them, And frankly, we understand that we need to listen to them, simply because if we do, we'll then be able to drive for an inclusive culture and grow our businesses.
And also give them that exposure. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry, unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you so much. So there you have it from Mpumi Zikalala, who's the MD of De Beers Group Managed Operations. I think speaking about a very critical and important issue when it comes to including the youth and involving the youth in a very important sector.